Welcome to Mypushcart. This is the install video for SKU 2380, which covers a variety of Ford and Lincoln vehicles. In this video, we'll be installing on a 2014 Ford F-150. It is important to note that you must have two original factory keys. If you do not have the second original factory key, the system will not work properly. Please contact MPC Tech Support before making a purchase. The first thing you want to do is log into mypushcart.com/tip.html. Use the drop-down selector in the blue section of the page and find SKU 2380. You can follow along using the tip sheet and the video to assure a successful step-by-step installation. Let's start with step 1. In our demonstration vehicle, the F-150 has 3 bolts that need to be removed in order to separate the two halves. Look underneath the steering column to locate any bolts that may be holding your steering column cover together. As mentioned earlier, other vehicles will be slightly different, but the basic method will be the same. You will need to pull down on the steering column lever to remove the bottom panel. Turn the wheel to one side to expose the release tab. You can use a pry tool to separate them. Do this on both sides until you're able to carefully remove the bottom panel. Now you are ready to connect the T-harness to your vehicle's transponder and ignition plugs. You must connect the vehicle's transponder plug first. You can identify the transponder location by first going to the tip of the key cylinder and locate the plastic ring, then follow it down to the plug. First, unplug the vehicle's transponder plug located in the steering column. Take the transponder plug and plug it into the female receptacle on the remote start wiring harness. Take the male plug of the T-harness and insert it back into the vehicle's transponder receptacle. Now you can detach the larger ignition plug on the left side of the column. Once released, plug the ignition into the female receptacle of the wire harness. Take the male plug of the T-harness and carefully insert it back into the vehicle's ignition receptacle. Now you've completed both your transponder and ignition connections. Let's find a mounting location for your remote start. In our demonstration vehicle, we were able to access a secure mounting location by removing the side panel. If your vehicle does not have a side panel, find a secure mounting location somewhere underneath the dash above the foot pedals. Locate an area behind the dash to avoid interfering with the moving parts such as a steering wheel shaft and the pedals in your vehicle. Start by feeding the other end of the wire harness through the steering column out through the side panel opening. Be sure to leave a little slack in the harness so you're able to properly close your steering column covers at completion. The next step, you'll need to make the 2 required connections at your vehicle's OBD2 connector. We'll be accessing pins 3 and 11. This connector can be found under the lower left side of the dash. Begin by removing the OBD2 from its mounting bracket before making any connections. You will be required to connect 2 wires to the OBD2 connector. These are the 2 gray colored wires on your T-harness known as the can high and can low. You will need to route these 2 gray wires down to the OBD2 connector's location. It is important to note that you cannot use a T-tap or any connector type for this connection. We will be showing you the wrap and tape method to make this connection. Carefully strip the wires in pin 3 and 11 at the OBD2 connector. It is important that you do not cut these wires. Take the 2 gray wires, the can high and the can low, from the T-harness and strip approximately 1 inch off the ends. Wrap the can high wire from the remote start tightly around the exposed copper of the pin 3 wire in the OBD2 connector. Now do the same with the can low wire on the remote start wire harness and connect it to pin 11 on the OBD2 connector. Again, connect by wrapping around the exposed copper. Wrap each connection separately with electrical tape to avoid shorting them out. Then wrap electrical tape around both wire connections to secure it to the OBD2 connector harness. Your connections are complete. It's time to remount your OBD2 connector. Let's begin programming. Step 1 requires you to hold the programming button down while inserting your plugs. The programming button is located on the corner edge of the remote start module. Insert the 4-pin data connector. The lights will begin to alternate. Release the programming button when the lights turn blue and red. At this point, insert the remaining connectors. It's time to program the keys. Insert the first key and turn to the on position. Wait 3 seconds, then remove the key. Insert the second key and turn to the on position. Wait 3 seconds, then remove the key. Now reinsert the first key and turn to the on position. Wait. The red and blue LEDs will flash rapidly 10 times. Wait until the blue LED flashes rapidly. The blue LED will turn off. Turn the ignition to the off position. The module is now programmed. Now that programming is complete, it's time to test and confirm that your remote start system is properly installed. Press your lock button 3 times. Wait 3 to 5 seconds for your vehicle to start. Let's test the shutdown feature. You can do this by pressing the brake pedal 1 time. Your vehicle will shut down. Now that we've confirmed that the remote start system was successfully installed, it's time to clean up. Secure your wiring and close up any panels you have open. Thank you for choosing MPC and enjoy your remote start.